normal circumstance, a commemorative statement is not to generate debate. I would want to remind the House that these are national heroes. Some are on our side, some are on their side. So let us be mindful how we react when it's our turn. Obviously, there will come a time that a statement will be made in honor of the hard work of former President Nkrumah, Liman, Jerry Rawlings, Professor Mills, and all. Let us, Mr. Speaker, let us focus on their contribution.
That's evidence.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members. Honorable members, please let's give him hearing. I'm not taking any point of order. So, leader, let's hear you. Mr. Speaker, obviously, in such commemorative statements, our focus should be on the contributions made by these national heroes, rather than using this as an opportunity to debate. I recall that in the 8th Parliament, I remember that there was such an occasion, and I was directed. I don't have a problem admitting where I'm wrong. I can't be perfect. I remember that my respected colleague, Dr. Zenator, Rawlings, Dr. Zenator, Zenator, very well. It's good to be corrected. That's okay. Dr. Zenator Rawlings. I got it right this time. Mr. Speaker, my colleagues are telling me to say that she's been ignored by the Mahama administration. But I won't say that. But I'm not going to say that.
But Debia Woma Yabahaya Betnaha. We are not at ease in Tidebia on Yaboko. So Yaboko and Canada. You are celebrating Maminchi Tefu. You are celebrating the 60 years on of a stalwart of UGCC NPP.
Unya FM 95.1.
60 years after his passing, you are eulogizing such a human being, a colossus in Ghana, young body politics, someone who wrote extensively on Ghanaian culture. People learn as academicians, and even those in law, they learn cases from him. Kobaneden. And another individual, one man, the 4th Republican dispensation. You open your mouth at the August House of Parliament to say, daughter of Femedra. Yet, the same forum, you are eulogizing another individual. It's very sad. You see, yeah? You are
95.1.
But any no fatayen. There are places you speak certain words, and there are places you keep mute. Parliament. I don't know why minim says speaker saying here now you're outside because the mic can capture anything yet say and now one inside and one say I don't know. Because who said here we heard it.
Yes. But, and speaker reacted.
Funny though, but he reacted. But daughter of a murderer, way below belt.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie.
You say this somewhere.
Campaign biase.
Somewhere.
Agbeshi eno krano.
Somewhere.
And then the Bema warranted such a comment.
Do you have evidence?
then Ebema warranted such a comment, even on campaign grounds.
Now you are trying to justify.
Only
It is on
FM,
record.
95.1.
You are trying
Record,
to
babe.
record.
So
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
But you are
Also,
trying-
there's evidence. Why?
You are
Uh-huh,
trying
that
to
is what she
justify. Justify what? That it's
Nana,
been
but why you make
documented.
his pronouncement? No?
I don't know, so I don't.
They
want-
say,
I don't want
according to
delve
sources,
into it.
Oh,
but you
okay.
can't be sure
Of course.
because we didn't
Yes.
see the person's face.
Of course.
Yeah.
But what did the panel can say? But there's evidence. It
You know the
sounds like.
voice.
It sounds like. Can't be sure, but it sounds like.
Okay.
It was way below the belt. Would we as a people, Ghana, you better me nya, the mutum, aqua mo from an wasn't crofun tribu bondum. Mo from an ende, yerka O'Reilly yenweka, yerka a disco yenweka, yerka cracker him yenweka, and not
Yes,
Salaga 20 students watch one more bill. Yakoshoma, etru.
Are you serious, Nana?
Etru.
Yeah.
Only FM 95.1.
If it's kind of true.
From the vetting I see this time around, no, I don't think say the Omuyi Parliament will ever well.
Etru na fe yedru. Gun. Yesterday I was saying something. And look, yet you crom ha na says ya mofromano. Wa bawondo Parliament and a Jubilee House.
Oh yes, ebe do want it.
Yet you crom ha they will now begin to move to Jubilee House and then the Parliament.
Because I'm one kwala no mumu.
I down no obi. Sa enyi da ho sort then wako Parliament. Daddy kom. Asen krofo anka.
I said nothing.
Yet ha.
Was it na me directing?
Now it will not be an individual. Now it will not be an individual. It will be a tumultuous or a youth.
It was a dumb crowd to bomb no mungu tasekani ade did.
Dangerous.
95.1.
Ah, na the America am say NDC for party. Womu say womu banu America womu de bani ni
Oh, away.
the people started running from the office themselves. So womu started so mu dwane free office so metuma muntuma en baby. That is what will happen.
You see?
Ukra soja for Jubilee but bedru ono na pe baby afa atasitasi achew.
Yeah. How many rounds of ammunition? And a true cricketer. So if thousands of youth,
Look,
it will come to
may
you.
I say with Makada na mnim sahana mekana. I've been able to go to a parliament, not intentionally to do that. Went with somebody I know or a police. Yet to me the tour era parliament.
Thank you.
Echo a yam rashebedwani ba
Thank
when
you.
in it in como.
Thank
Nipani
you.
yi tuo ne to was a me tuo ni.
Thank you.
Ni yam sheno.
No intentional.
No. Nipani a police.
Oh, okay, or a police officer.
Only
What I say?
FM
But and
95.1.
found so when you ho.
Yes.
No.
Wo she on she uniform. Yes, I know she uniform.
Okay.
One say uniform ti esanka ye check it. And answer because machines wo.
If based on this, they are vulnerable.
They are very vulnerable.
Manipa no sorry ye immediately or sorry ye ko ni the leader how ko catch and say hey. Parliament ye ti
vulnerable.
bibia to me see.
Very vulnerable.
At the same time, that same person, me no call Jubilee. To no from Jubilee from security all the way to the top. All the way to the top.
Forget
On my
about,
penny office sometime.
forget about who he
You
is.
see from no the 20 almost say me the 2 me the afro so from
Don't say.
Forget
I'm
about
telling
who he is or who he
Madam
was.
on
But
Niagara.
security protocols, very simple. Inside certain installation, security will hold. So when you get there,
Well, phones.
na yako you offend.
Only
When in
FM
Western region, I mean,
95.1.
as head of events and marketing, I used to visit in painful. Please, Commander, Western region. They be me what? I mean, they make it protocol. Me phone me BBR. I just have to because they will take it.
MC's office.
They will
You
take
take
they took it. So they didn't take the phone so.
But look,
They took it, but so on show the next minute when they are frustrated.
you see,
Well, my worry, and why I'm saying this is because you see, if these youth are behaving this way, political party in Crawford, what to office, I know be a boy. Sorry, P. Now you're at the horny at the home. Young carry when you be on a stadium. Yakoba ball.
ni ya wo bi.
Now the second will be a kuno. Now a woo. Now to me, a former minister, immediate past. Who was a member of parliament?
95.1.
It's quite strange. I can say, no, Kayenchi supporters.
Former minister.
Yachi, former minister, my They
Why
granted
can't
in
he be-
bail 500,000, and they are home to say, one no former minister, former member of parliament, when you 500,000 bill.
Do you think if it were
what were you saying?
Three.
The Akaway.
Bill.
And the Akaway.
Third one.
What them? What you oh no, you're charging for murder. And your police for na say, Edin and Abeti, Edin and Abeti.
Manslaughter. Aiding and abetting.
And I buy and your time you so amount babe, I could do them. So would you
So no, I'm sorry, police officer.
So would you mean? I the security man.
Personal bodyguard.
So them say, wow. You see? Put them all. One way here. Man out, bodyguard in.
FM 95.1.
Mr. Speaker, it is true that cervical cancer is one of the most common in Ghana amongst women, and only 3.6% of women in Ghana aged 18 to 69 have ever been screened, and 4.3% of women 30 to 49, which is the highest risk group, have ever been screened for cervical cancer. And as a result of that, normally this cancer presents quite late and does not have a good prognosis at that point. Mr. Speaker, I believe that in addition to the contributions made by other members, is just simply to add certain things that women ought to look out for, just as a means of providing extra information, because this serves as a platform. One of the things that serves as a red flag as a woman is when there's abnormal bleeding in between menstrual cycle, in between the periods, and then also when there is bleeding after sexual intercourse. These are two things that women should be aware of and should be concerned about when they do occur. And with regards to breast cancer, women should get to know their breasts very well, and their husbands or partners should do same. It's usually advisable. The best time to actually check the breast is in the shower when there's soap and water, and it makes it easier for the hands to glide over the breasts so that one can feel if there are any lumps or bumps in the breasts. And it would be also very important to add that when you do check the breast, you must also check your armpits, because the lymph nodes in the armpits are usually the ones where you have drainage from the breast as well. Other important things to look out for in terms of abnormal changes in the breast are when the nipples are inverted. So if the nipples aren't sticking out as usual and they start to point the wrong way, that's another thing to look out for. Minority Leader, please pay attention. This is important. In addition, one of the other things to look out is what's called the peau d'orange, where the skin appears like an orange peel. That also shows that there might be edema. Yes, an orange peel. I think we're all familiar with the way an orange peel looks. Yes. These are just a few pointers that we should look out for, simply to raise our awareness to what is not normal. And if you are not breastfeeding, having any discharge from the nipple is also abnormal. So these are things to look out for. So for the male MPs, please pay attention when you're with your wives and significant others. And the women, please get to know your bodies so that when something changes, you are actually the first person to know. When you go and see your doctors, please make it a point to bring your doctor's attention to all of these. And once a year, when you see your doctor, do ask for a cervical screen, or as well, just have your breast checked. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.